Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, welcome Cancer to my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page. If you've come across this video on Facebook, so welcome. Oh, now where are we going? I have all my things ready to say, and then it's like spirit come in, or the angels come in, and my guides come in, other guides come in, and it's like out the window. So there may be something that's going on with you where you thought you were going to go and where you think you're going to go, that things are like maybe like showing or revealing themselves as going out the window as per se. So there may be some changes that have and adaptations that you may have had to make for some things that are going on around you. So they're showing me, and it may be plans to do, even like as far as like for Christmas, and that you may have not necessarily for some of you's planned like last year for this year, and some of you's may have. And some of you, it may be like you may have thought about, doing something like earlier in the year, like a couple of months ago or something like that. And now things have come up, and, it's like, oh, I think we're going to need to change or adapt. So it's about versatility somewhere around there too. So, and it may have got you into, and you may have got into this like negative sort of way of thinking or feeling or being, and there may be something that's throwing you out of, for some of you, from, different, for different reasons, and traumatic experiences, or maybe not so traumatic, experience. Something has thrown you out of whack anyway. So you may be feeling a little bit, which is brought about, you're feeling a little bit out of whack, for lack of a better phrase, but there's something not quite, you're not feeling settled or grounded, and maybe your root chakra is a little bit unbalanced, where there's not much, you're not feeling secure in your life at the moment, and maybe not have been for a little while. And when I say a little while, in the recent past, but could be in the distant past too. It could be something that's, like 2-3 months ago. It could be about 6 months ago, or something like a year ago. And for some of you, there's some things that have come up from about 11 years ago, 8 years ago, or something like that as well. And it's not in the same intensity as it was before, but it's like maybe there is something has triggered something up, and then there's a spark of something that is, and it may be like something is inflamed, or sparked up, and it's like, okay, where did that come from? But it's all part and parcel of something that you're going through now, which is maybe, it's a time for a healing. It's a time for healing, or coming to some sort of okay, I'm hearing solution, and solving it, but it's like solving it for you. Okay, so for a lot of you out there, maybe something that's like something is finally makes more sense to you, so you're able to like just move through this, and where you are now, to complete that phase, and then move into this new phase of something brand new, come out of that, or something, or the next phase of something that's new, not necessarily about that, but it allows you to move into something more, where you're able to take the next step, or ponder something else, and some of it may come up again, but not. And for some of you, nothing will come up again in this next phase, but it'll be cool, and not in the way that it did before. It's like there seems to be this sense of relief at the moment. I know I'm feeling it myself, where there has been a lot of processing going on for these last 3-4 months, and it heightened about 2 months ago. And then it's like just simmering away or bubbling away underneath it, and it's like now there is something. And now it's kind of like, I feel like there's been a shift in my energy, and a shift within me as well, and which you may or may not have noticed, and you could tell, just through the way that I'm, talking, being, and my energy is shifting. So you may have noticed that within you. Well, you may sometimes some people may point that out to you, because we don't always notice it, because sometimes it's quite subtle to us. But often we will, later on, think about actually that, but may think about it a little bit later. But now that I've mentioned it, some of you may think, oh yeah, right, and you may not have thought anything of it really, or that much of it, but I do feel some of you have definitely noticed something shifting. Okay, so I'm going to start with the energy oracle cards. Actually, I'm not going to start there. I'm going to go back to my introduction like I normally do. So anyway, thank you and for joining me and on my channel and watching your video, Cancer. So I just want to say thank you and invite you to, for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do that now or at the end of the video. But also invite to, drop me, a like, share, comment as well, the videos if they resonate with you and you feel like somebody else may benefit from them. That'll be cool as well. So the other thing is, this is for Cancer. So Cancer may be in your chart, in your astrological chart, and it could be your sun, moon, rising, or sun, moon, rising, and or Venus sign for you. In your chart. So typically, I'm a Gemini, but I do have Cancer in, I can't remember which one it is now, I've gone blank. So anyway, Cancer is one of my, is in my chart. Basically, I think that's all I need to mention. I just can't think which one it is now. I should know that. And maybe some things have come up with you about that, so I should know that. But maybe it's like, maybe you don't have to really explain too much to somebody. So I'm kind of Spirit don't make me think about that or go to that too. That maybe something that's happening. Maybe you don't need to go too in depth with what you are wanting to share or needing to share even. It just may be like a few words and that's it, the general gist of it. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to leave that there. So the other thing is, if you don't, there's just a reminder that these reads, the messages that come through are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. So, just check out one of your other signs and that may help bring it together more for you. And even if it's not, even if it is resonating, it's still, sometimes worthwhile checking out the others as well. And also, what am I going to say now? That's right. I am available for appointments. I do have some available up till Christmas. And I also have some gift vouchers available to purchase. So you can make contact with me with my contact details are in the description box below if you're wanting to order any of those. Okay. So the other thing is, where am I going now? Okay. This is where I'm going. I'm going to continue with what I was going to say before about the energy oracle cards. So there's something about walking away here. So the first card out is walking away. So there's, maybe something to do with a relationship there for you, and it's about, and it's number 27 in this deck, the energy oracle deck. That one there. And, twos are me, for me are about relationships. Most importantly, a relationship with ours and how we relate to others, but also in how they relate to us, okay? So there could be something there when you're maybe walking away from a romantic relationship of some sort. So it may be that you're in a marriage. It may be that you feeling like you're walking away from something or someone. But it may be, it may be temporarily. I hear for some of you, it may be just a temporary thing, like a separation of ways until you get your shit together, or till you, or till you get yourself together, or you kind of figure out where to now, and with the emotional side, because let's face it, Cancer, there is an emotional side of us in there, so it's like just getting yourself together, and there's a grounding sort of an energy there. So number 7 is about, creation, learning about ourselves, learning about yourself as the creator. So, and that could be whether it's money, finance, business, relations or relationships, and anything that we're working with, and that we are the creator of what it is that we're wanting this to present itself to ourselves, or create for ourselves, or how we're going to look at things as well now, like our perception as well. So there's something about that walking away from something. And some of you, it may be permanently with whatever it is. It may be that you're in a business partnership or a project partnership, and you may be, it may be time for you to step away from it. Maybe that you're going into something as well that, because something else is going in. Okay, so you're ready, because you're ready to go into something else. Not necessarily a relationship if this is a romantic one. Some of you, it may be that. But some of you, I feel like it's more that it's just the timing to where that there are changes, and there's a sense of, okay, I need to go and, explore over here and see what happens, or see what's happening there. Why am I drawn there? And that sort of thing. And some of you will, know pretty much what this could be about for you. So some of you are maybe running blind with this. It's maybe I just know I need to go this way. And you may be, when I say running blind, some of you may be literally running blind. And some of you, it may be running blind, like as in a blind date sort of things, not knowing what's going on, unseen things about. You may have an inkling in that sense. Okay, and Spirit, have a go. Some of you might be literally running blind with it, so it's kind of like, because they're showing me with glasses, it's like, yeah, okay, so it's kind of, I'm hearing like taking the rose-coloured glasses off as well, and so it's kind of, yeah, I don't know quite where they're going with that, but I just kind of have to say, so come out. So whoever understands that, you will know. But there is something about you moving or walking away from something or someone, and it's kind of like a timely situation or an understanding as well. Now, there's something about here, the next card out is the 6th chakra, which is Archangel Metatron in this deck is coming through with that. So there's something about foundations. It may be that you're, ready to set new foundations. So it could be like a metaphorical thing as in walking away too, because there may be just something where you and maybe a few others are walking away from something that no longer serves you any purpose for your highest good, whether that's a mental, emotional, a physical, a spiritual, or a soulful thing that's going on there with you. Could be the whole lot, kit and caboodle, when you think about it. So it's number 40 in the deck there, and number 40 is, like I say, with that, it's about grounding. Okay, it's directions, security and directions. And it could be like, because I'm seeing like north, east, south, west, and I'm also seeing like foundations as like directions in that sort of sense too, like literally. Some of you may be moving and maybe thinking, oh, we're going, on one, maybe a few destinations that you are looking at around that way. And some of you, it may be that there's something, just, feeling like there's a sense of grounding and creating and being in a firm foundational or stable, looking for stability and security in yourself or in something around you, within a relationship, whether it be in a business relationship, partnership, or a romantic one. It could be some sort of project that you're doing, as well, within the family, whatever that is. It's like, you'll know what it is for you. But Archangel Metatron is there to help you to, with the 6th chakra, to help you to see your way, basically, okay? To tap into that intuitive side of you, so you can have a, because I'm hearing like the vision, or stay on track or keep on track or even have a vision, Maybe some of you finding it a little bit tricky with everything been going on, that to, you may be resisting a vision that you're getting, or somewhere where you're going. And some of you are maybe more, coming into it and flowing into it and having a little bit more trust and not seeing it. So as such, in the way that you used to see it or feel it or, or know it to be. And the gut instinct for you are kind of, for a lot of us, whether everybody is kind of is shifting. So it's kind of there is, a new, there may be something new in that for you, where it's like, oh, it's not, okay, and that may be a little bit unsettling for you, and because things are happening, our energy is shifting quite quickly, for a lot of us, and some of us, you know, depending on where we are with our mindset and our awareness and our mindfulness and our observation within ourselves, for ourselves, is, you know, depend on where you are. But I mean, you'll get there. Okay, so number 23 is all tied up. So there's number 2 and number 3 there. So 2 relationships, basically. We've just had a wee chat about that. So, and number 3 is about balance. So it kind of, there's something going on there about balancing the relationships. And okay, and I do feel like this is like the key one for me is, you know, our relationship with ourselves, and then everything else starts to flow as we look at, you know, our relationships with others and how they relate to us as well. So there may be people like, and you may be like stepping away from them, not necessarily in an angrily way or in a place, but it's more of in a peaceful way. Some of you, it may be like, yeah, no, okay, shut that door, and that little sort of thing. But it's like, and some of you, it may be, okay, love and light, I'm just going to close that door. With that, and it may be, you know, and not necessarily in that where I'm going with that is, or where we're going with that is, it may not necessarily have a negative energy or an aggressive sort of an energy about you when you do that. There's just this total realization that actually I'd rather be here than there, because this one I'm feeling more safe, secure, happy, and resonating in, you know, with this, you know, in this space here rather than this space. So for some of you that may be Christmas more so, and some of you that may be that you will still go to this but stay in your own space, or be in your own space with love, peace, harmony and joy, with that sense of acceptance that that's just who these people are, and that's just the way they are. It's not an excuse, but it's an explanation, and enjoy yourself as much as possible, and that sort of thing. And it's like, but I feel like that's where these observation skills start to come in, and how you respond as well as they respond to you. And sometimes we you know, sometimes it's ourselves that lead the way and not allow it to get caught up in drama, and maybe walking away. So whatever it is that's going on for you, okay? I'm talking about that. Wow, that was a big spiel. So anyway, I just want to go to this crystal here, because I've been drawn to bring out the crystals again, but I have a small, well, to me anyway, relatively a collection of them anyway, some crystals, and this is black tourmaline. So now black tourmaline is pretty much one of my go-to ones. I do have obsidian, but at the moment it's the one that's more resonating with me. So black tourmaline basically is really good for clearing. It has really awesome powers of protection. So when I talk about that, what I mean about it helps to transmute negative energies, okay, and turning them all into a positive energy. And it also is a great crystal to have in our toolbox because of that, or our collection, because of its beauty in the sense of what it offers us as far as grounding as well. And you know, these it's just wonderful to help you feel safe in your root chakra, or I'm just writing some of my notes, excuse me, or root chakra, so I can like best get the message across to you. So okay, let me say, so it's great, and it's wonderful to help you feel safe in your root chakra basically. So when, you know, or if you will, you know, because when we're feeling a little bit lost and we're not feeling grounded, we can often feel, you know, quite vulnerable, and it's like in our emotions can start to spin out of control basically. So this black tourmaline can be the friend, or the best friend that you need around you at that time, or when you're like that. So I kind of feel like I want to bring that to my heart chakra, but all my chakras. So it's a great chakra sort of a great crystal to help clear your chakras as well. So meditate with that, or spend some time with that. This is one that I have. I actually bought this to wear, but it's more a pendulum for my healing. That when I do healing, if I'm doing healing, depending on if it calls me. So, but I do wear it as well. So it's a multi-purpose one for me. Now, some of you out there, well, you may be thinking, well, you shouldn't be wearing it, but that may be for you, but it's not for me. Okay, that may be your belief system, but it's not for me. So, and it may be like you may be at a loggerheads with that with yourself. So now this is I bought this with that intention. So it's the intention behind it. Okay, and it will in front of it, around it, basically. So this one I have worn, and it's often when I felt like I've needed to wear it, and depending on what is going on in my life, as well with the work that I do, you can imagine that I would be wearing it. So, and it offers a strong protective field which assures in deflecting inharmonious energy. So that's just another way of putting it. And until the power of love allows us to transcend the need for protection. So in that sense, this stone can be a supportive ally in helping sensitive beings who are easily influenced by inharmonious energy. So it helps advance one's ability to anchor, to ground, or to anchor higher vibrations of light into the physical body. So in stability, courage, inner wisdom, it helps to aid that, bring that out of us and cultivate it, basically. Patience, influences, and also works with our adrenal glands, kidneys, spinal column, colon, and legs. So the root chakra. So I'm kind of feeling there's a lot of root chakra stuff going on around you at the moment. So anyway, we'll get into these cards now and see what Spirit want to talk about. The cards want to talk about, or the Starman Tarot deck would like to talk to you about and share with you. So the Hanged Man is the first card out. So in in this recent past, you may have had there's something that you may have been a little bit stuck, a little bit in moving forward. And there's good reason for that, of course. So, but I feel like there's a time, now that things are starting to move for you. It's like something's becoming a little bit clearer for you, a little bit knowing. And it's like, and if you're feeling more okay to make a move or to make a shift or a transition, okay, in something, with something that's going on with you. So, and it's like you're starting to see like another point of view, basically, because like typically the hangman, we get hung by your neck. So, but the hangman there is like he's upside down on his with his right leg. So for me, that's typically about something about moving forward and having it and looking from another point of view, basically, with him upside down, because I'm just feeling and seeing water, which is typical in some of the other decks that I have used, that I use. There is water, so it's kind of like in an emotional way. Okay, cool. But there's also a clearing in that. But something is breaking free. I'm just being drawn to the lightning there, and his feet up the top there, and it's beautiful. It's white. There's a lot of white light energy that's coming through to help clear that way, so you can get moving with whatever it is. Oh, I didn't just notice that now that something is up this way. So the next card out is the Two of Wands. So I dare to choose. So this is something more like in the present. This is about you daring to choose, which is interesting. What am I going to do? How, maybe there's a few options there for some of you. And it's like, and I'm just hearing like, this is like getting out like that vision board, or having your vision, because I talked about that before. And maybe doing a vision board, and it doesn't need to be a big one, or just write that, write a list out. What do I want to do? What do I want to have? What do I want to be? What do I want to give in my life? That's something that I do, not often, but, when I'm feeling a little bit okay, like just recently, there's some things that come in, so I'm having to review things, and because I feel like there's a shift in the energy, and so it's like going with that flow, and it's not necessarily that there's going to be a leap right there and then, but it's like, this is like, I'm hearing like a culling of things that do not serve, but in allowing space for things that do serve to come in, or for you to see, to bring in for you, or to tap in, that's already there, tap into, to help you on your way with your next vision. Because it's something I feel for some of you is this may have been coming around for a little while, but it's maybe not just the timing, and that's what it is. It's just the timing, really, and it's maybe more, you may be feeling more able and more wanting and more passionate about taking the next step, so, and making a choice, okay? So I dare to choose. And what I'm hearing is remember that, there are many choices that we have to make in life. And sometimes we can, there's one, we need to take one to open up the door, so another one then we can choose again, to add on, to delete, to continue, and also bring in other new things. It's kind of like just, looking at a pathway, because when I'm looking at you or looking into the camera, all I can see is this open pathway now with these doors and these passages that are opening, and different portals, you could say, of energy and ideas. And they're showing me that they're kind of like ideas, that these doors are there. But it's, it's like which way you're going to go first. So I'm hearing, like, some of you, there's a logical, there are some logical choices, but that's whatever logical means to you. It's your choice, okay, because we all have free will, okay? But like I say, I'm hearing like you can always make another choice. Okay, so now, there's a little bit now, where we're going. See what's coming up here. What have we got for you? What is coming up for Cancer? And the more into the future. See, there you go. So there's Justice and the Queen of Pentacles. So there may be something about justice, being served, or justice, like you may be serving it, and it may be somebody serving it to you, or there's just this view around things. Maybe you're viewing things and somebody is looking for justice in a way, and it may not necessarily be towards you, or somebody, or you towards somebody else, but there may just be something lingering around, okay, with that. So there's this energy here. I reap what I sow, and I choose to walk the path of truth, okay? So it's kind of, that's where they're going with the justice. So something may be coming up, and it may be that, there is, I'm more hearing like what we, finding that balance in there, because what we put out is what we get. But I do feel like there's the Queen of Pentacles here, okay? She's come through here, and she talks about, I love and nurture this great land of ours, but she's really grounded. So she comes in, so there may be something about, that you may be blaming yourself for something, and you're feeling that if this is your fault or something like that. It may be that you, for some of you, could be blaming someone else, but this is about this justice sort of thing. Is I reap what I sow are the key words there. But it's like, whatever it is, there's about finding some balance in there, and whatever it is, it's like somehow I feel like some of you, that's what this walking away is about. It's about releasing whatever it is that's been going on, and and making it right for you, as in sending it love, sending whatever is going on love. And there's this, going through that whole process system, that thing in the future. So I do feel like there is something that you figure that out, okay? So you may be going through this now, it may be more in the future. But I forgot to mention earlier too that these reads, I'm shifting how I'm doing them. So not these won't be weekly, they'll be fortnightly now, from this week. And intermittently in between, there'll be a different series that I'm going to be creating with Spirit, okay? So anyway, the Queen of Pentacles, and now she is grounded, there's that coming forward, like in the future, where you may be feeling like that just justice of serves, or you may have another view around justice, and you may be realizing, about how this I reap what I sow, and I choose to walk the path of truth is has affected you, and where you may want to go next, and help you with making that decision or decisions, or where you're going, the choices. But the Queen of Pentacles, like there's something to do with not just, I'm feeling more, there's a two things going on there, because I feel with the Pentacles, it's not just about the financial side of things and the career, and that's when there is something about that going on that may be in question, but it's like this is turning things around. This Justice card here is it's turning things around. Maybe it's starting already for some of you, but this could, is likely to be happening more so in this next couple of weeks. So ground in her energy, bring her about, because I feel like things are starting to come together a little bit more grounded for you. So you're starting to get a picture of where to now, and also not just a picture, could be as in a feeling, you know, sensing in that way, an idea of where things are going. Okay, beautiful. And there is some sort of financial abundance that is coming, is what I'm getting with this, because it's like you've shifted into a different space. Okay, cool. The Queen of Pentacles. So there may be a Queen of Pentacles energy that is there helping you to, you know, with this as well. So bringing in her energy to help ground you. So around you, be around you. Okay, to help bring you out and sort things out. So. No, okay, these three, I'm going to take these three because they did slip out in like a weird sort of a way. So anyway, the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords, we have the Three of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Lovers here. So this is you that I'm working with. So that I'm just like with the spread, it's, I forgot to mention as well, because they wanted to get going. So this is about you. So I see life as cruel and meaningless. So there may be, you know, there may have been that, or you may still be a part of that there. So there's something about just straightening. I just want to touch all those for some reason. I don't often do that, but I've found myself doing that lately. Is straightening them up or moving them around, adjusting the energy. So it's adjusting the way that you're thinking and you're being and you're doing things. Okay. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Is I am carefully bringing things to life, and you are. Okay. And then we have the Lovers card. So I am the gateway to divine love. So there may be something, you're seeing something different in your relationship, or whether it be a love relationship that you're going, but I feel like it's a relationship with yourself and other people around you, not in a not necessarily in a romantic sort of a way, but this is about you being more in love with yourself, in the sense that you're not going into the self-destructive mode or the self-belittling self, that sort of energy. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Cups, which I feel is you. I am a conduit for powerful love. How cool is that? Cool. That could be the challenge. It's interesting that that comes after that. So that may be your challenge, is skipping into that and being more in control of your emotions. And when I say in control, it's not like shutting them in, closing everything out, or closing everyone until you don't do it. It's being in that space of where you're at peace. There is serenity around, and you know, and that it's like it's kind of like you're ready. You're just kind of, there's that a beautiful space. Okay, so that's coming. So I want to take these three. So the Chariot, okay, talks about pathways, basically. I am confident that with discipline I will succeed. So that is the advice, or the where are they going? Encouragement. And there's another word I was wanting to use, but they're not showing me. It's that where they're encouraging you to, it's like, you know, this is like with discipline, basically, with everything that you've learned and blah, blah, blah along the way. There is a path there, and it may be that they talked about pathways before, so it may be like you want to go this way, that way, and it's like having a look like that way and coming back. So bringing that knowledge and that back to you, okay? And because this is more about, you know, like I say, the advice, the encouragement and suggestion, okay, of what could be good for you. So discipline, basically. And you know, because I don't see you, because I've just seen the pathway, like I said, and it's like, but there are, you know, there's things are branching out, the ideas. It's like exploring them and like bringing them back. That's how they are showing it to me anyway. The Six of Cups is like, I am in wonder of love. So this is about using your imagination and, you know, putting those dreams out there into the future. So it's still putting them out there and realizing that they are achievable, okay? And the Princess of Swords. I call on you to live your truth. This is what it's all about. And this is what all this learning has been about, is, you know, walking our walk and talking our talk. Okay. So now the possible outcome. Okay. With this one, is the Ace of Swords. So there's a new, you know, starting to cut through. I live through my highest values, okay? So it's like you'll be cutting free of all this overthinking, over-talking, wandering and everything. It's like there's a different way of viewing things now. You know, your thoughts have changed. You're more in communicating your ideas, but actually taking action with them, more communicating with people. So when I'm talking about communicating ideas, they're not talking about sharing all your ideas necessarily with everybody, but it's communicating to the universe that actually, yes, I'm going to have a look at that. And maybe a few other people, of course, to help you bring them together and to share you, because there are some support people out there that would like to help you with this. And that side of things. So it is being mindful about who you do share your ideas with, but it's also like there are some decisions that you're making, and there's this asserting of your power in the sense with, you know, we're coming from this love-based energy. Anyway, cool. Okay. Anyway, that was a long, but it was like they're just finished now. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement and adventure from myself and my amazing spiritual team that come from all over the place in this universe. Anyway, God bless you, excuse me, and God protect you. We'll see you next week, but for the new series, and otherwise with these reads, we'll see you in a fortnight. Okay, bye.